Paranormal experiences. People have them at least once in a lifetime. Today, we'll focus on the sailors and the strange paranormal stuff they have experienced in the deep waters. Right around 2013 or 2014, a large flat deck amphibian on a deployment in the Pacific spotted a big silver thing shaped like a kidney bean, hovering about 20 feet off the surface of the water. Some sea spray is kicking up underneath it, while it turns a bit and is just hovering. We have it on multiple cameras, radar. People are watching it through the binoculars and the big eyes. The pilot house can see it. They're watching it in the Combat Information Center. After watching for like 15 minutes, this thing shoots straight up in the air. We had it on radar at like 40k feet, then like 90k feet, then it was gone. The intelligence specialists came in and say they were confiscating the hard drives. Me and a few others were sitting in a mess watching TV, and the captain called down on the phone. He asked if we wanted to see a UFO. We all went up, and the four of us sat in the wheelhouse and watched a red light erratically snap from one position to another, a short distance away for about 2 hours. It would sit in a spot for about 15 to 20 seconds, and then snap to a new position in a straight line and sit. The best way I could describe it would be like putting a laser pointer on a wall and jerking it around to a new spot a few inches away. Eventually, it just took off at high speed, and that was it. Very weird. My coworker is an avid boater. He basically lives on that thing at his marina from April to November every year. One day, he was crossing a cheapskate bay like he's done 1,000 times before. But this time, it was early and there was still fog. He swears to death that he was going for about 30 to 45 minutes, and when the fog cleared, he was still in the same spot he started. Me and a few other cadets were on the bridge wing, outdoor part of the wheelhouse, for our celestial navigation project. Saw a light come up from the east, fly at high speed until it was almost directly above us, and make a 19-degree turn and zip off even faster. It was at the altitude you would expect to see a plane, but nothing turns when crossing the ocean, and especially that fast. I don't think people could survive that turn that fast. Outside of school, working on a seagoing tugboat in the Gulf of Mexico. I didn't see it, but I came up to stand my watch at 15:45, and the two guys up there had weird looks on their faces. One looks at the other and says, "Should we tell him?" I ask, and they proceed to say that they just watched a beach ball-sized bubble with pulsing lights on the inside fly in front of the boat about 10 feet above water. They say it was moving against the wind at a constant speed, and the outside of it looked like when there is oil in the puddle in your driveway. When I was in my 20s, I had gone to the beach with my boyfriend, and we ended up having a fight. It was late and I walked to the beach to clear my head. I had no interest in going in water. I actually do not like swimming at all, and will typically avoid the cold, unpredictable ocean water. Now, I have never been suicidal or engaged in any self-harm behaviors, but instantly, being near the water made me want to go into it. Not just into it though. I wanted to go deeper in it. I don't know how to describe to you my thoughts, but I had to actively stop myself from impulsively going into the water. It was like it was calling to me, the meaning I get in, like someone was communicating to me through the thoughts. I eventually left, but the feeling continued to bother me enough that I actually Googled this. To my surprise, many people have encountered this urge to go into the ocean. It is described as a voice calling to you. The phenomenon referred to you call of the void.